As I'm still watching Mad Men and loved creating my last video comparing the female characters from Mad Men and Sex and the City, which many of you enjoyed, I noticed even more intriguing comparisons between the shows. What really stood out was the similarities in the New York City locations of some characters' homes and how these locations have changed between the eras of the two shows. So I decided to make another comparison video, this time focusing on the real estate of some key characters. The final comparison surprised me, so stay tuned until the end to see if it surprises you too. After all, if there's one undeniable truth about real estate in New York City, it's location, location, location. Hello and welcome to Timeless New York City. I'm Lena, and today we're delving into the captivating world of television history to explore the most similar real estate between Mad Men and Sex and the City. So grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's journey through the vibrant and dynamic worlds of Mad Men and Sex and the City together. If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with more exciting insights and fascinating content. A special shout out to a few viewers who took the time to comment on my other videos. Sean, who enjoyed my pictures of family living rooms through the decades in my New York City on TV series videos. Jennifer, who loved my last video on navigating two eras, Women of Mad Men and Sex and the City. And Antoni, who provided some fascinating perspectives on my comparison between Don Draper and Samantha Jones in the same video. I appreciate all your comments. Let's keep the conversation going. I hope you enjoy this video too. Let's get on with the show. First up, Pete Campbell's Upper East Side home in Mad Men's and the home of Samantha Jones in Sex and the City. In the 1960s, the Upper East Side was synonymous with wealth, tradition, and social prestige. Pete Campbell's residence in this distinguished neighborhood reflected his deep-rooted desire for status and acceptance within the upper echelons of New York society. The Upper East Side was characterized by its grand pre-war buildings, elegant brownstones, and exclusive high-rises, embodying an environment where old money mingled with ambitious new wealth. Pete's apartment likely exuded a sense of classic sophistication, adorned with traditional furnishings and tasteful decor. The interiors would have featured a mix of heirloom pieces and modern touches, creating a refined yet comfortable living space. This setting was not just a place to live, but a statement of Pete's aspirations and his determination to establish a prominent position within the societal hierarchy. The Upper East Side, with its quiet, tree-lined streets and proximity to Central Park, offered an idyllic and prestigious backdrop for Pete's personal and professional ambitions. Pete Campbell's residence in the same neighborhood highlighted his ambition and desire to emulate the traditional elite. Pete's apartment was likely filled with more conventional and opulent decor, reflecting his striving for recognition and acceptance in high society. His home was a symbol of his aspirations and the pressures of maintaining a facade of success and stability. The Upper East Side, with its emphasis on appearances and status, mirrored Pete's internal conflicts and the societal expectations that weighed heavily on him. The neighborhood during Pete's time was a bastion of conservative values and social etiquette. It was home to some of New York's most influential families and institutions, where maintaining appearances and adhering to societal expectations were paramount. This environment added to the pressure Pete felt to conform and succeed, fueling both his professional drive and personal insecurities. The Upper East Side represented both a refuge of luxury and a battleground for social recognition, making it a fitting home for someone like Pete Campbell, who was constantly striving to secure his place in the world. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Samantha Jones' Upper East Side home in Sex and the City showcased how the neighborhood had evolved while maintaining its reputation for elegance and exclusivity. Her home captured the blend of traditional prestige and modern luxury that defined the Upper East Side of her era. Known for her glamorous lifestyle and bold personality, Samantha's choice of residence was a testament to her success and sophisticated taste, epitomizing the upscale allure of the Upper East Side. Samantha's apartment was likely a sleek and stylish space, featuring contemporary furnishings, high-end finishes, and plenty of natural light. The interiors reflected her dynamic lifestyle, with a mix of bold colors, chic decor, and an overall sense of sophistication. Her home was not just a living space, but a backdrop for her vibrant social life and professional endeavors. The Upper East Side, with its upscale boutiques, fine dining establishments, and proximity to cultural institutions, provided an ideal setting for Samantha to thrive both personally and professionally. During Samantha's time, the Upper East Side was known for its blend of historic charm and modern amenities. The neighborhood continued to attract affluent residents and remained a symbol of New York's elite. However, it also embraced a more diverse and dynamic population, including successful professionals, socialites, and cultural enthusiasts. The Upper East Side's reputation for luxury and sophistication made it a perfect match for Samantha's larger-than-life persona and her quest for the best that life had to offer. Both Pete and Samantha found in the Upper East Side a setting that mirrored their personal and professional journeys. Pete's experience was marked by his struggle to conform and succeed within a traditional, high-pressure environment, while Samantha's life was characterized by her confident embrace of modern luxury and sophistication. The Upper East Side, in its different incarnations, provided a backdrop that was both timeless and adaptable, reflecting the changing dynamics of New York City and the ambitions of its residents. Our second duo's homes on the Upper East Side are the homes of Don Draper's of Mad Men and Charlotte York's of Sex and the City. Don's apartment likely exuded mid-century modern sophistication, with sleek furnishings and understated decor. The interiors would have featured a mix of classic and contemporary elements, creating a refined yet comfortable living space. This setting was not just a place to live, but a manifestation of Don's aspirations and his desire to project an image of success and control. The quiet, tree-lined streets and proximity to Central Park provided an idyllic and prestigious backdrop for Don's personal and professional life, highlighting the stark contrast between his polished exterior and the turmoil beneath. The Upper East Side represented both a refuge of luxury and a stage for social performance, making it a fitting home for someone like Don Draper, who was constantly navigating the dualities of his identity. Fast forward to the late 1990s and early 2000s, Charlotte York's home in this iconic neighborhood captured the blend of timeless charm and modern sophistication that defined the Upper East Side of her era. Known for her classic taste and desire for a picture-perfect life, Charlotte's choice of residence was a testament to her refined sensibilities and her pursuit of stability and tradition. Charlotte's apartment was a beautifully decorated space, featuring a mix of traditional and contemporary furnishings. The interiors reflected her love for art and design, with carefully chosen pieces that created a warm, inviting atmosphere. Her home was not just a living space, but a sanctuary where she could cultivate her interests and build her ideal life. The Upper East Side, with its upscale boutiques, fine dining establishments, and proximity to cultural institutions like the Metropolitan Museum of Art, provided the perfect environment for Charlotte's refined and cultured lifestyle. Both Don and Charlotte found in the Upper East Side a setting that mirrored their personal and professional journeys. Don's experience was marked by his struggle to maintain control and project success within a traditional, high-stakes environment, while Charlotte's life was characterized by her quest for stability, beauty, and cultural fulfillment within a more modern, yet equally prestigious setting. The Upper East Side, in its different incarnations, provided a backdrop that was both timeless and adaptable, reflecting the changing dynamics of New York City and the ambitions of its residents. Our next comparison is Paul Kinsey's Upper West Side home in Mad Men and Miranda Hobbes' Upper West Side home in Sex and the City. In the 1960s, the Upper West Side was a neighborhood in transition, embodying a blend of intellectual, artistic, and slightly bohemian vibes. Paul Kinsey's residence here was a testament to his eclectic tastes and desire to distance himself from the corporate world of Sterling Cooper. The Upper West Side was known for its pre-war brownstones, classical apartment buildings, and a more relaxed residential feel compared to the Upper East Side. Paul's apartment likely reflected his bohemian lifestyle. The interior might have been filled with mismatched furniture, bookshelves crammed with literature and political manifestos, and walls adorned with posters of beat poets and abstract art. This was not just a place to live, but a space where Paul could immerse himself in his intellectual pursuits and countercultural interests. The neighborhood's coffeehouses, bookstores, and theaters provided a backdrop for his desire to engage in deep philosophical discussions and creative endeavors. Miranda Hobbes' Upper West Side home in Sex and the City. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, the Upper West Side had evolved into a more polished yet still culturally rich neighborhood. Miranda Hobbes' home in this iconic area captured the essence of a residential enclave that balanced intellectual pursuits with modern family life. The Upper West Side was now characterized by its beautifully preserved brownstones, upscale apartments, and a myriad of cultural institutions. Miranda's apartment reflected her pragmatic yet warm personality. The interiors were likely a mix of contemporary convenience and classic charm, featuring modern furniture alongside cozy personal touches. Her home was not just a practical living space, but a sanctuary where she could retreat from her demanding career and nurture her personal life. The neighborhood's laid-back, family-friendly vibe made it an ideal setting for Miranda to balance her roles as a high-powered lawyer and a loving mother. During Miranda's era, the Upper West Side offered a rich array of cultural and recreational activities. The area was home to the American Museum of Natural History, Lincoln Center, and numerous parks, providing ample opportunities for intellectual and leisurely pursuits. The local bookstores and cafes continued to thrive, maintaining the neighborhood's reputation as a haven for thinkers and creatives. The community-oriented spirit persisted, with families, professionals, and artists coexisting harmoniously. Both Paul and Miranda found in the Upper West Side a space that reflected their personal and professional lives. Paul's experience was marked by his engagement with the counterculture and intellectual pursuits, while Miranda's life was characterized by balancing a demanding career with a nurturing home environment. The Upper West Side, in its different incarnations, provided a backdrop that was as diverse and evolving as the characters themselves, showcasing the neighborhood's ability to adapt and thrive through changing times. Next up, and the one that surprised me the most, is Peggy Olson's West Village home in Mad Men and Carrie Bradshaw's West Village home in Sex and the City. In the 1960s, the West Village was a burgeoning hub of counterculture and creativity. A stark contrast to the rigid corporate world Peggy Olson inhabited at Sterling Cooper. Peggy's move to the West Village symbolizes her quest for independence and personal growth. The neighborhood, with its narrow, tree-lined streets and charming brownstones, offered a bohemian refuge from the more conventional and conservative parts of Manhattan. It was a place where artists, writers, and young professionals like Peggy could carve out a space for themselves, away from the societal norms that dictated much of their lives elsewhere. Peggy's apartment, likely a modest walk-up, would have been cozy and filled with the eclectic, mismatched furniture typical of the era. A second-hand couch, a couple of bookshelves overflowing with literature, and a small desk cluttered with typewriter paper would create an intimate and personal space. Her walls might be adorned with posters of contemporary art or political protests, and a record player would hum with the latest jazz or folk music. This was not just a home, it was a sanctuary where Peggy could explore her evolving identity, both as a woman and as a professional in a male-dominated world. Fast forward to the late 1990s and early 2000s, Carrie Bradshaw's home in Sex and the City was in the West Village, which had transformed into one of Manhattan's most desirable neighborhoods, maintaining its artistic charm while becoming more polished and upscale. Though the show states her apartment is located at 245 East 73rd Street on the Upper East Side, the actual building used for exterior shots is at 66 Perry Street. The show portrays Carrie as an Upper East Side girl, but real New Yorkers and fans know that 66 Perry Street places her firmly in the West Village, making her a true West Village girl. Therefore, I am going to keep referring to Carrie's neighborhood moving forward as the West Village. Carrie Bradshaw's iconic apartment on Perry Street epitomized the allure of the area. This charming brownstone has become a popular tourist attraction, despite its fictional address. Her apartment, a rent-controlled gem, was the quintessential single-woman sanctuary, with its cozy yet stylish interior, filled with vintage finds and fashion magazines. The space mirrored Carrie's whimsical and fashionable personality, a perfect backdrop for her musings on love and life. Carrie's life in the West Village was marked by brunches with friends at chic bistros, late-night parties at exclusive clubs, and romantic escapades along the picturesque streets. Her apartment, a small yet charming space with its signature blue walls and cluttered bookshelves, was a haven for her writing and personal reflections. The living room, with its comfortable seating and stylish decor, often served as the setting for intimate conversations with her close-knit group of friends. By the late 1990s, the West Village had retained its artistic charm, but had become a symbol of urban chic. For Carrie, it was a glamorous and vibrant playground, offering both personal and professional fulfillment amidst its storied streets. The neighborhood's gentrification brought higher rents and a more polished facade, yet it managed to hold on to its creative spirit, making it the ideal setting for Carrie's explorations of modern love and friendship. Both Peggy and Carrie found in the West Village a space that reflected their personal journeys, Peggy's struggle for professional and personal independence in a male-dominated world, and Carrie's quest for love and self-discovery in the city that never sleeps. The West Village, in its different incarnations, provided a backdrop that was as dynamic and evolving as the characters themselves. Do you agree with my comparisons? Were you surprised by the final pairing of Carrie Bradshaw and Peggy Olson, or did you also notice the similarities? I was quite surprised when I reached this conclusion. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. For more content and to check out my other videos and playlists, click the title cards where I cover more shows and movies. I have a lot more coming, including the next installment of my series New York City on TV, where I'll cover the year 2009 in part 16.